You know, in this hobby, in this industry, in this passion, whatever you want to call it, guitar players generally love old school guitars, and there's just something awesome about an old school vintage guitar. But what about brand new Relic'D guitars? Why do people like those? I'm not really sure, but let's talk about it. So what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name is Ray. I'm a guitar player here on YouTube, and I've had this question and this conversation with myself in my brain for years and years and years, and I want to have it here on camera. Why is it that guitar players, some guitar players at least, love Relic'D guitars? As always, man, if you're brand new to my channel or you've yet to hit that subscribe button, if you've been sleeping on me, what are you doing, man? Just help me out, help out the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. My channel is all about positivity and just hanging out and having a good time, and I try to do my best to convey the good, positive vibes. So thank you in advance for hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate it. It means a lot. So now, about 2 weeks ago, give or take, Gibson Guitars, yes, Gibson, we gotta talk about Gibson, they released what's called the Murphy Lab. And basically, Tom Murphy is a gentleman that works at Gibson and is creating a whole new line of guitars that is relatively mass-produced, and you can get a brand new Relic'D guitar from the Gibson Custom Shop, from the Murphy Lab. And so I first heard about these guitars from the Gibson TV YouTube video titled Gibson Custom Shop Introducing the Murphy Lab. It's just out of frame, that's why I'm checking it out, looking down there. But yeah, when I saw this, I was just like, wow, like this gentleman, Tom Murphy, really is insanely passionate about his relicing and about his craft, and, you know, trying to deliver the best new old vintage / relic guitars, if that makes any sense. He wants to do his best at creating brand new guitars but have a worn in and played feel, and it's pretty bizarre looking, bizarre in a good way. But I have a mixed feeling about this whole Murphy Lab thing. Now, it has nothing to do with Gibson. I'm not like saying I don't like Gibson's Relic'D job or whatever. I just, Fender does it and Dean does it, and I don't know, there's got to be a couple other companies that do relicing. But honestly, guys, it's cool. It's very, very cool until you see the price tag. Now, I'm going to go on Musician's Friend just out of frame here, and yeah, dude, like, I'll put a picture up of this Les Paul right here. $11,499 for this Gibson Custom Tom Murphy 1959 Les Paul Standard Electric Guitar Aged Cherry Burst. Like I said, it's cool, but is it worth the price? I don't know, man. Now, I could personally see why somebody would want this guitar and want this vibe. Like I said in the intro, man, Relic guitars and just old school guitars, excuse me, old school guitars, real old school guitars, they're like so sought after. And in my opinion, I love them, man. I think they're awesome. Now, I myself own an old school Gibson Les Paul Custom. It's not a 1959 or anything like that. It's a 78. But it's certainly got some real play wear, and there's just something amazing about the way a guitar naturally ages and just how it feels, right? So I can certainly see why somebody would want the aesthetic and the overall feel of an aged guitar, even though it's still technically brand new. I totally get the appeal, I really do. But one thing I'm finding myself doing a lot is scratching my head about these guitars, and like I said, not just the Gibson guitars in general, but like the Fender Custom Shop and, you know, all the custom shops that are doing this relicing and this aging. Man, they are so expensive. They are equally as expensive as the real deal, if not more. You could go on reverb.com right now and find some like mid to late 70s Les Paul Customs, or like some early to mid 70s Fender Strats that are going for under this price. Now, I know the 70s era, generally speaking, isn't as sought after as like the 50s and 60s of both Fender and Gibson. I totally understand it. I've never played a 50s or 60s of either brand, like a real one. I've also never played a Relic'D guitar from either one of these brands. But my overall point and my overall kind of just confusion and just skepticism about the whole topic is like, if the brand new ones are going to cost this much money, why not just get a real one? Why not get a real aged one? And to me, it would just make more sense to get an old one, right? Now, getting a real one does have some drawbacks, and I'm aware of that. First off, it's just old. Anything old needs a fixing up, generally speaking, needs some replacements, replacement parts, needs something to make it play as good as a new guitar. You know, the new Gibson, you know, Murphy Lab, we'll use as an example. Those guitars, although they look old, they're brand new. So they're going to play great and they're going to be immaculate compared to the real old one. So if you do get an old one, you have to put more money into it. I totally understand that. Another thing too, again, the Murphy Lab. If you want a 1959 Gibson Les Paul Standard, you're not going to get one for 12 grand. You're going to have to spend 6 figures at least for a good one. You know what I mean? A good one. A good one meaning, you know, like a playable one, I guess. You know, what do I know? I don't really know much about 1959 Gibson Les Paul Standards. But I know you're going to have to pay a lot more than 12 grand. I'd probably have 2 of them if I could get, you know, if I could get a real one for 12 grand, you know what I mean? I'd sell my truck. But anyway, getting off topic, I just, you know, I see both sides to wanting a real one and wanting a new Relic'D one. But honestly, in my own opinion, in my own heart, I would never really buy a Relic'D guitar for this amount of money. And the main reason why I wouldn't personally, it's just like almost like a pride thing, or almost like a badge of honor. If you buy a real old school vintage Relic'D guitar that's been played for 50, 60 years, that guitar has a story, man. That was somebody's baby. That was somebody's life, written on a story on a guitar. You know what I mean? Like the life of the guitar and the life of the player or players is, you know, spread all throughout the guitar. And so it creates a story, it creates a saga of that guitar's life. And I think if you buy that saga, and it's a fake saga, you know, a fake story on a new Relic guitar, I think you miss out on the charm, man. I think it's kind of just like, phoning it in, if I'm being extremely blunt. I think the best way I could describe it, this may be a little of a hot take, but to me, buying a new Relic guitar is like buying a participation trophy. You didn't earn it. The guitar didn't earn those stripes, didn't earn that checking, didn't earn that ding, didn't earn that broken headstock. But if you buy one with all that I mentioned and it's still able to be played, I think that's just the way to go, man. That's just me. That's just how I feel. That's just my opinion on the whole topic, man. I don't understand why you would fork out that much money for a Relic'D guitar that's brand new. And I think the majority of guitar players would, in fact, agree with my statement. I could be way off. I could be, you know, totally, you know, out of touch with my beliefs and what everybody else thinks. But I think there's some truth to what I'm saying, man. I think most people would rather just play the hell out of their guitar and give the guitar battle wounds and make them earn their stripes, make the guitars earn their stripes, earn their war paint or whatever. I don't know. I just think I find it a little hokey, a little cheesy to buy a Relic'D guitar, especially for that type of money. So to wrap up everything on my side of the story, I totally see why people would want Relic guitars. Vintage vibes, but plays like a brand new guitar. Best of both worlds, right? I totally understand it. I you know, a lot of times I say I don't understand things in this hobby, in this industry, in the guitar community, but I actually genuinely do understand why somebody would want a Relic guitar. It makes sense, man. It's like, you know, it's a brand new 59 Les Paul that looks like one but plays like a 2021 Les Paul. It makes sense. But I gotta be honest, I would never really invest in a Relic guitar, just in my own personal beliefs. I see why it's cool, but it's just not something that I'd be into. So now I want to leave it up to you guys and girls watching at home. What do you guys think? Am I in the wrong? Am I in the minority? Do you guys disagree with me? Do you agree with me? Why and why not? Leave all your thoughts down below, man. Like I said in the beginning of this video, my whole goal with this channel is just to spread positive vibes, keep it light and have fun. And, you know, if you disagree with me, that's totally cool. It's nothing personal. I'm just here to express my opinions and have a conversation one-on-one indirectly via this camera. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the video. If you're brand new to my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. I'm out of here. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay metal. I'll see you guys next time. Later.